that we all know. I know it as just a bloke on the TV, right? Trump's about relationships. He's about familiarity. We know that there are some ins here. We know that there are very significant Australians that are very significant supporters who've been to Mar-a-Lago plenty. We have a former Prime Minister in Scott Morrison who spent New Year's Eve with him. We have a former Prime Minister in Kevin Rudd who literally was dressing up, stalking him at a golf course as a meeting that under Senate estimates, the Foreign Affairs Department had no details of, no data of. We've got a Prime Minister who, yes, gets a phone call at the start. He gets referred to as a wonderful person and then no follow-up afterwards. Why didn't they put the work in? And, Stephen, is it fair to say they didn't put the work in between November? The great system about America is you know who's won the election. They don't take over till January. Get off your dot and go to their house and see them.
So some gossip that has been put to me is that, to be fair, and we all know how relentless Kevin Rudd can be, okay? We've all witnessed it. We've all been party to it, okay? My understanding is he, just like the Prime Minister's been trying to do over the last few days, did reach out to Mar-a-Lago. He did attempt to get in touch.
It's all too late.
And they just wouldn't take his calls
as well. It's all too late. There was a very good interview that one of yours, Stephen Loosely, gave the other day.
There's that pre-game.
There are a whole lot of people who are very pro-Australia in the Congress who do get the ear of Donald Trump.
Correct.
And these are the areas where concentrated effort should have been put. There's a whole lot of diplomacy that could have been exercised. But with the players in the field, and I've got to say I think Penny Wong's one of the worst, in the field and making relations worse than they ever needed to be, has put us on the back foot. Now, when the spokesman came out today and said, yes, it was on the table to consider Australia being exempt, but it's been denied. So what happened between the statement being made, yes, we're going to consider it, and no, it's off the table? That's the bottom line.
Trump has attacked every single one of the traditional allies. He's attacked Canada.
He did not say to any other country that we are considering giving you an exemption. Not one. Only Australia. Now, who blew it from being on the table
Trump
being
never
done?
had any intention.
No, well, you can't say that, Stephen.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
He was polite because it was their one-off first conversation. We all know how the dance works.
Polite.
And
he doesn't have to be
We
polite.
all know how the dance works. On the first call, everyone's polite, says nice things about everybody else.
No.
But he never
Not when the bloke who's on the phone and won't get on the plane is the bloke who's been bagging him off. That doesn't work that way.
And also, I think they failed to...
half his cabinet of people who've bagged him off.
And it's just too easy, Stephen, to say, we didn't get it because it was never going to be on the table.
The Donald Trump wannabe, Peter Dutton...
All right, you've opened the door now.
Okay. Peter Dutton desperately wants to be Donald Trump, but he knows he can't get away with it.
Okay.
If Malcolm
desperately
could have done it, believe me, Peter Dutton could.
All right, let me get off the fence now. Oh, not off the fence, off the bench. He wants to be Donald Trump.
He is desperate to run his agenda.
I've said 100 times that he said he's not, right? He cops it from the right for staying on net zero, for staying in Human Rights Council, a whole collection of things, and not tearing up Paris, all the rest of it, right? So there's plenty of people already starting to sort of echo, and I think this is them taking out insurance in case he doesn't win, by the way. People do that sometimes. That, he's not pure enough, right? The Goldilocks of it all. But there is something to be said about Donald Trump standing in Australia. Now, I'm pro-Trump, right? But that's not the majority position in Australia. So for Albanese, is he going to try to play this game of constantly saying, you're Trump, you're Trump, you're Trump, you're Trump, as a way of dirtying up somebody who's being criticised for not being Trump enough?
Just because the right-wingers want to try and drag him to the climate, cancellation argument, doesn't mean that Dutton himself doesn't desperately want to ape Trump. He just knows that he will lose more votes if he does. He is caught in that no man's land. He's his own man.
Rubbish.
He is gagging. He's gagging to want to be Donald Trump.
Unlike
you keep trying to tell him to be.
Unlike Albo, who's even worse than Starmer.
He is ignoring your advice. You desperately want him to adopt the Trump policies.
Albo's at home with Trudeau.
I hope you win the argument. I hope you drag Dutton into the Trump camp.
No.
Because you'll kill him.
I'm not doing that.
But Australians deep down
I'm
know
saying
he really
Dutton
wants to be.
No, he doesn't.
That's why they don't want to elect him.
Rubbish. They do want to elect him.
They just actually did a poll, a news poll, that said they don't want to elect him.
All right.
They don't want him.
They must have been
They're not
talking to
ready
you,
to form
Stephen, in the
government.
poll.
Look, I won't say it's ever easy to do my job, but that was pretty easy.